The previous lecture we have discussed the concepts of the three-dimensional geometry. We have discussed about the conditions if there is an angle between two intersecting lines, if they are parallel, if they are perpendicular. Today we are discussing if we have to find the distance between two lines. Now, if the two lines lie in the same plane, you know the meaning of the plane. There are three planes in which this room is made, that is xz plane, yz plane and xy plane. तीन तरह के planes में room बना हुआ है ये. So, if we take two lines in the same plane, then they are either parallel or they intersect each other. If they intersect each other, then the distance between them is, shortest distance between them is 0. Now, if two lines intersect, then the distance between two lines is 0 when they lie in the same plane. But if two lines neither intersect nor parallel, it happens that two lines neither intersect or nor parallel. When this can be happen only when two lines lie in the different plane. It happens when they lie in different planes, that is non-coplanar lines. Such kind of lines are known as skew lines. ऐसी lines को हम skew lines बोलते हैं. Now, distance between two skew lines, ऐसी skew lines के बीच का distance हम कैसे find out कर सकते हैं? Let us take the two lines r is equal to a plus lambda m and r is equal to b plus mu n. Discuss किया था कल हमने equation of lines passing through point A and parallel to the line having represented by the vector m, passing through point with the position vector b and parallel to the vector represented by the n. If they are skew lines, then distance between them is b minus a dot m cross n upon magnitude of m cross n and its whole magnitude, because distance can't be negative. B minus a, difference of the points m cross n, is a cross product of the vector lines parallel to the given lines and upon magnitude of that cross product of m and n. In the Cartesian form, if we take the lines as x minus x1 upon a1, y minus y1 upon b1 and z minus z1 upon c1, x minus x2 upon a2, y minus y2 upon b2 and z minus z2 upon c2 are the skew lines, and distance between them is given by x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2 in the determinant form, divided by b1 c2 minus b2 c1 whole square, c1 a2 minus c2 a1 whole square plus a2 a1 b2 minus a2 b1 whole square in a square root. तो ये इसकी वेक्टर फॉर्म में आ गया और ये कार्टेशियन फॉर्म के अंदर. Now, distance between parallel lines. If we talked about parallel lines, then parallel lines must lie in the same plane. They are the coplanar lines. So, in that case, we are representing two lines as r is equal to a plus lambda m passing through point A parallel to the line with the vector m, r is equal to b plus mu m. दोनों में m vector लिया because they are parallel to the same vector. Now, if they are parallel lines, they are coplanar lines. Distance between them is b minus a cross m upon magnitude of vector m. ठीक है, इस पर बेस्ड एग्जाम्पल नंबर 11 हमारे पास. We are given two lines here, r is equal to I plus j plus lambda 2i minus j plus k and r is equal to 2i plus j minus k plus mu 3i minus 5j plus 2k. On comparing with r is equal to a plus lambda m, r is equal to b plus mu n, vector a is equal to I plus j, vector m is equal to 2i minus j plus k, vector b is equal to 2i plus j minus k and vector n is equal to 3i minus 5j plus 2k. First rule we find here b minus a, difference of these two, 1 gives you I minus k, then m cross n, ijk, and the coefficients of ijk in m and n, that is 2, minus 1, 1, 3, minus 5 and 2. Solving we get 3i minus j minus 7k. Its magnitude is given by root of 59. Now, distance between two parallel lines, two lines, not parallel lines, skew lines, is given by b minus a dot m cross n upon magnitude of m cross n in the magnitude. Placing the value here, on multiplying it becomes 3 minus 0 plus 7 upon root 59, that is 10 upon square root of 59 is the distance between the two skew lines Same is the example number. So let us discuss the question of the exercise 11.2. See the question number 2. Show that the line through the point 1, minus 1, 2 and 3, 4, minus 2 is perpendicular to the line through the point 0, 3, 2 and 3, 5, 6. So let us consider the points here. This A, B, C and D are the given points. We consider them as the A, B, C and D points. So first of all, we find the direction ratio of AB, that is 3 minus 1, 4 plus 1 minus 2 gives you 2, 5 minus 4. Then we find the direction ratios of CD here. It is 3 minus 0, 5 minus 3, 6 minus 2. Here you can see it is 3, 2, 4. Let us consider an angle theta between the this vector AB and CD. So cos theta is A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 upon square root of A square plus B1 square plus C1 square into square root of A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. Placing the value here on solving, what do we get? We get here 0. Now cos theta 0, it means that theta is 90. So AB is perpendicular to CD, that we have to show here. See the question number 6, it is saying find the Cartesian equation of the line, only Cartesian form, which passes through point minus 2, 4, minus 5 and parallel to the line given by x plus 3 upon 3, y minus 4 upon 4, y minus 4 upon 5, z plus 8 upon 6. This is a point given to us. Moreover, this is the line which is parallel to the line, required line. The line which we required is parallel to this given line. It means that direction ratio of the required line and direction ratios of the given line are proportional to each other, or you can say they are same to each other. So first of all, we are converting them in the form of x minus x1 upon A, y minus y1 upon B, z minus z1 upon C. Now we can say here the direction ratios of given line are 3, 5 and 6. So equation of line through point minus 2, 4, minus 6 parallel to the line whose direction ratios are 3, 5, 6 is given by x minus x1 upon A, y minus y1 upon B and z minus z1 upon C. Placing the value of x1, y1, z1 here, A, B, C here, we get x plus 2 upon 3, y minus 4 upon 5 and z plus 5 upon 6. That is the required equation of line. See the question number 12 saying we have to find the value of P, so that 1 minus x upon 3, 7y minus 14 upon 2p, z minus 3 upon 2 and 7 minus 7 upon 3p, y minus 5 upon 1, 6 minus z upon 5 are at right angles to each other. Now taking negative sign common here, it becomes x minus 1 upon minus 3. Dividing numerator denominator by 7, we get y minus 2 upon 2p upon 7 and which is z minus upon 2. Second equation is 7 minus 7x upon 3p, dividing by 7 numerator and denominator by minus 7, it becomes x minus 1 upon 3p by 7, y minus 5 upon 1 as it is, taking negative sign common, z minus 6 upon minus 5. Now you can say here a1 is minus 3, b1 2p upon 7, c1 is 2, a2 is minus 3 upon 7, b2 is 1 and c is minus 5. Lines are perpendicular to each other, means a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 is equal to 0. So placing the value here, we get the value of P as 70 upon 11. So the concepts which we have read today and in the previous lecture, on base that we have the all questions of exercise 11.2. As we have discussed, examples, based on examples are the questions present in the exercise 11.2. Very simple questions are there is no tricky question. Simply you have to place the values in the formulas which I had taught you. So try to solve all the questions of this exercise 11.2. I will discuss another subtopic with you in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.